Today we're going to talk about some data entry tips and tricks for speed and accuracy. So why does data entry suck? Yeah, I said it. It feels overwhelming and time consuming. In this new day and age, what if I told you that data entry should not be taking a million years to do any longer? The keywords here are efficiency and accuracy. This is our main goal to get you through data entry. Efficiency means getting the job done within the timeline. It prevents you from missing deadlines, which is a surefire way to upset your boss and coworkers. Accuracy means ensuring the work is done right. Incorrect data entry can lead to serious problems down the line and can be tough to correct. Nothing screams bad day at the office like having to comb through rows of data to find that one error that's throwing everything off. So let's take a look at 5 tips for faster data entry. Number 1 is use shortcuts and hotkeys. Man and machine together are like a well-oiled, productive machine. The familiarity of Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste are just the start. Did you know that Control-D will fill a cell in Excel with the contents of the cell above it, or that Control-Shift-L toggles filters on an active range? Consider taking a few moments every day to learn new shortcuts and practice it in your daily routine. Now, you probably won't turn into a hotkey wizard overnight, but you'll probably save a lot of time in the long haul. Number 2 is clean up your data before entering it. It's important to make sure you know exactly what data you're dealing with, where it needs to go, and that it's formatted correctly. If you're transposing figures from an invoice, double check for errors before typing. If you're using an input form, ensure it's laid out logically and clearly. Your tidy up efforts will be rewarded with less revisions and rework time. Number 3 is use autocomplete and spell check features. Most data entry work happens on software that comes with autocomplete and spell check features. Autocomplete remembers what you've typed in the past and suggests it as soon as you begin typing again. It's like your very own text assistant. Then there's spell check, and it'll have your back underlining potential typos and misspellings with a red squiggly line. These artificial intelligence features aren't there to replace you, they're there to make you faster and better. Number 4 is take regular breaks. You might be thinking, wait a minute, how does stopping work make me finish faster? But it truly does. Think about how you feel after slogging at something nonstop for hours versus coming back to a task after a short break. Pushing yourself for long periods of time without a break can lead to waning concentration, dwindling accuracy, and ultimately slower work. So every hour or so, take a short break, stand up, stretch, have a cup of coffee, or grab some fresh air. It's also a good idea to follow the 20-20-20 rule here. Every 20 minutes, stare at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds to give your eyes a break. Number 5 is using a data automation tool like Magical. Now, this isn't 1999 anymore, and you don't need to be filling out everything by hand for your data entry. AI application tools can help complete any type of data entry tasks way more efficiently and with greater accuracy, and you don't need to know how to code to use them. Take Magical for example. This free Chrome extension lives in your browser and can help you fill sheets and forms automatically with data from your open tabs. The average person using Magical saves over 7 hours a week on repetitive tasks like data entry. Let's hop into a quick demo. We're going to head over to LinkedIn and we're going to open up a bunch of random profiles. For instance, I'm going to use the Magical team for this video, and let's get Magical to collect that data. Once I have the profiles open, I'm going to call on Magical and just hit transfer to. I'm going to then transfer this to a new Google spreadsheet, and it's going to pull all this information that I labeled and put it into a spreadsheet for me. Now, whenever I need, I can jump into that spreadsheet and use that information as I need. Now, this is just a quick example, but you can scrape data like this from any website, including websites like Crunchbase and even websites like Verbo if you're looking for a vacation rental and want to compare the different options. Now, we went through some data entry tips. Let's talk about 5 data entry tricks. Entering data faster than a lightning bolt is impressive, but not so much if you're sacrificing accuracy for speed. Let's face it, no one enjoys retyping an entire document because of errors that could have been avoided in the first place. So how do we maintain accuracy while keeping a decent pace? Well, number 1 is double check your work. Yes, it might feel like you're doing extra work, but trust me, a quick self-review is a lifesaver. Look at it just like a safety measure, akin to buckling up before you drive. Once you've finished a batch of entries, take a moment to review the data. This can mean checking the original source against what you've entered or simply reading through your work. This step is essential for catching errors before they become bigger problems. Number 2 is use forms and fields. For instance, if you're entering customer information into a database, use a form with a specific field like first name, last name, address, etc. This can prevent you from entering an email address into a phone number field. It's like a paint by number for data. Each piece of information has a specific place, making it harder for you to mess up. Number 3 is check your work as you go. Don't wait until you've input an entire database to find out that you've been entering a vital piece of information incorrectly. Make it a habit to check your work as you go along. Now this can mean after every field, after every record, or after every batch, depending on the size and complexity of the data you're handling. Now imagine you're eating an elephant. It's not ideal, but work with me here. It's easier to tackle in bite-sized pieces. Don't eat the whole thing at once. Number 4 is data validation tools. If you're using a tool like Excel for data entry, you must meet your best friends, which are data validation tools. These features automatically check the data as you enter it, making sure it meets certain conditions, like being a certain kind of number, text, or date. Think of them as spell check, but for everything, not just for spelling. Number 5 is slow down. Speeding through your work might seem productive, but it can often lead to mistakes that take time and effort to correct. When you're rushing, you're more likely to hit the wrong keys, miss fields, or enter information that's in the wrong place. So treat it with the care and respect it deserves. Remember, whether it is speed or accuracy or the magical combination of both, it's about finding what works for you. Take these tips and tricks, try them out, and see what makes your data entry work shine. Now, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you got some value out of it. And as always, my name is Jamarco, and I will see you in the next video.